Hey, everybody. Boy, I hope y'all are having a good evening. I'm having a good evening. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I've got a box full of vintage spinner baits I've just happened onto over the last week or two. And you know, we haven't talked about old lures in a while. And you know me, I am a sucker for a spinner bait. I mean, I don't care how old it is. I got to have it. So, a few of these I've collected over the last few weeks. And then this box right here, this milk bone box, it's plumb full of vintage spinner baits that I just picked up today. Let's take a trip. Let's check them out. You're gonna like this. So, man, a lot of these were from the late 70s into the 80s. Most of these are just from small companies around my area here, and some are not. But we'll just start off with this one. This is an old Bass Buster Tarantula. Look at this thing. This was in a tackle box that my brother bought me at a flea market, one of them 777 plain old drawer boxes that was like mint. But this bait was inside there. And God, look at it. It's like brand new. Got the kind of bug head looking. It's awesome. Weed guard. Just no short arm spinner bait. It's got a line tie. Somebody used it at some point. But it's in excellent shape. These were fish catchers now. I know some of you have stowed one of these. The next one, my brother actually bought me this one as well. He was at a flea market. It's an old, kind of a short arm, old Bumblebee. And man, these were great baits back in the day. And I'm gonna say the late 70s, early 80s. An old chopper bee here, short arm. I think this was a 5/8 model. But super cool old bait. And then I come on to this one the other day. Actually, a good friend gave me this. And it's the big willow leaf, probably like a 7 on a ½ ounce or something like that. Old Bumblebee. Check that thing out. $2. $2.48. What happened, folks? So I got those. Let's see what else. Now I got this one from the same guy I got that Bumblebee from, and now I've never threw one of these or really used one, but it's a Rebel Destroyer Witch 2. And now I want you to look at the way the line tie is right there. Now that's kind of unique, but look at this thing. Big spider legs like the tarantula, kind of a long arm. Is that not the coolest packaging in the world right there? Man, I miss this old packaging. I know it took up a lot of retail space, but Destroyer Witch, never used one. Let me know if you have. Thing's cool right there. Now this bait right here is another old one, and I've got one of these in a ½ ounce that I've been throwing around a little bit. And this is kind of a crude looking bait, but it's an old brush hog. And I'm sure some of you have thrown one of them. It's got a vinyl skirt, tandem old copper blades on there. I've got a white and chartreuse one like this. I couldn't stand it. I had to take it out of the package and throw it. I left this one kind of together. It's one of the best spinner baits I've ever thrown in my life. I'm going to do a video just on that bait because I'm going to try to replicate that thing. But check it out. Brush hog. Now these were pretty popular. Green, check out that vinyl skirt. Is that not the coolest thing? You know, it had all the tell you how to use it and where it came from on there. Let me know if you ever threw one of those. Brush hog. Now we're going to get into let's get off into this box right here. And I'm going to set them to the side. Now there's a whole bunch of these in this box, and these were old Gilmores and the tarantula legs. Some are single and caught tandem blades. I'm just going to hold up a bunch of different ones and let y'all look at them. But old Gilmores had a weed guard, real similar to some of these others. Twisted eye, long arm, Gilmore spinner baits. There's another green one. That one's in a lot smaller package, kind of. Another green one. Now, I want you to look real close here. I don't know if you can see it on that one, but anyway, it's a green one. Here's a chartreuse one. And if you look real close, you can see the white line of the rubber right there. Back then, all the rubber was white, and they painted it the different colors. So each one of these, as you see, is other than white. That's been painted over, and with the legs split, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. See that white strip? That the rubber had like a powder paint on it or something. It's really interesting. But you could take these and split the legs into the, like, all the small legs if you wanted, or you could leave them in this spider shape. But, man, check that out. Big G bait, so Gilmore Bait Company. It was out of, yeah, maybe I'll find one I can read the name. Pelser, Arkansas. Oh, there's a lime green one. You can see the white edge. Tandem Colorados. Look at that. There's a cool one. Black and chartreuse, single spin. I'm telling you, there's no earthly telling how many big bass were caught in the Ozarks on these spinnerbaits back in the day. Another green one. Another black and chartreuse one, tandem. There's no white single spin, kind of short arm. Check that out. Black one with a black blade. White with some copper. Yeah, man, I'm digging part of these out. They're gonna go fishing. Chartreuse one. I want to show you all of them, but we'll be here all night. So, also in here was some buzz baits, and I don't know, maybe some of you guys don't know this company. It's called Buzzin' Buddy. Got a really cool looking flat head. I don't know if you can see that head. Look at that. Hey, can you see that? Oh man, super cool. And I don't know when these were built. Gene Ottendorf, and it was from Kansas City, Missouri. Any of my Kansas buddies or Missouri buddies happen to know those folks? Super cool. Buzzin' Buddy. There was 3 of those in here. There's a small one too. I may have to throw one of these too. Y'all know me. I'm just a... Here's another one from Missouri. I don't have any. I've got some of these in spinnerbaits, but at that First Out company up in Missouri, Clinton, Missouri, old company, old Double Buzz. Check those out. They're not cool. Another chartreuse one. Yeah, all chartreuse ones. First Out. Let's see what else I got here. There's some more Gilmores. Oh, here's some. Now, I never heard of this company, but it was from Mulberry, Arkansas. And maybe if anybody knows these folks, it was Troy Witson, I believe, what it says. Witson, a Witson spinnerbait. Check this thing out. I don't know if you can. It was kind of like the old Red Man. It had the safety pin type eye, really long arm. Witson. So right there's the name. It's out of Mulberry, Arkansas, but cool packaging. The skirt's a little hammered on there. Now here's a chartreuse one. So, man, let somebody tell me if you know how this came to be or something. I've never used one of these, never seen this bait before. So, Witson, yeah. Manufacturing company in Mulberry, Arkansas. I might have to throw one of those too. And then lastly, we got some old, and I've talked about this company before as well. Let's see if I can find them. These were what was called Bass King. Now, a guy that was kind of a guy by the name of Garlandville Lines was partners with another guy here, and I can't remember the other guy's name for the life of me. And they had this company. They were partners together on it, and they made this Bass King spinnerbait, and they were popular around here. This bait had a .29 gauge wire, super ultra light, a twisted eye. It's actually twisted at the end, And all living rubber, hand tied. So there's a whole bunch of these in there as well. Old Bass Kings. And Garland was kind of he actually worked for me in the tackle store. I've known him since I was a little bitty boy. He owned a tackle store in Springdale. Worked at the Hickory Creek Marina. Just a legend in our area back in the day. As a little kid, he was Garland Blinds. I wish I could remember the other dudes. If somebody, one of my friends out there happens to know the other guy's name, it's Peterson. Peterson was his last name. They were partners on this. Bass King, and super cool. These are like a short arm, real long leg spinnerbait, which I've talked about that a little bit in the design and like for gurgling across underneath the water. But here's one. This is a little bit later packaging later on. You can, they changed it up a little bit, kind of improved, a little more updated to this black package over this one. This was the early ones. Then they had this one. What else I got in here? There's a later one with the older packaging. Man, I want to tie these on and go fishing. What else I got in here? I think that's what I got. There's some more Gilmores. That old black Gilmore like that right there, there ain't no telling how many big bass at night's been caught on bull shoals, beaver, table rock on one of them right there. No telling. Hogs, talking monsters bass, one after another. Some of these are gonna get to go fishing with me, I can tell you right now. But I haven't even looked at all these yet. I got the box and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna share this with everybody. So I've already went on for 12 minutes now about it, but man, I love this old stuff. I hope you do too. Got some cool things coming, working on some other things, but thought you might enjoy looking at those spinnerbaits with me. Let me know if you've ever used one. And some things just make me happy. I hope it makes you happy. We'll catch y'all later.